Today I wanted to talk about the Batgirl of Burnside Omnibus from DC. This is a collection of the Barbara Gordon Batgirl run where she was relocated to Burnside, a sort of gentrified district of Gotham, to attend university. She gets some new friends, she has some of her own adventures. It's a little bit more young and poppy, and I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't like this run at all. They really found it grated with them. They said it either skewed too young or it was too silly. I really liked it, and I want to just say that from the off so you can know that I am totally biased when I am looking at this. But then am I biased because that's just my opinion, and it entertained me and it did exactly what it's meant to do. But anyway, this is a book I initially got digitally, and I was so pleased when they brought out a omnibus because it was delayed by about a year and a half, 2 years from its original release date. And this is a special omnibus as well, because you'll see when we look through it, they have put a lot of effort into it. It's by Cameron Stewart, Brendan Fletcher and Babs Tarr, and without any further ado, let's have a look at the book itself. Alright then, so we've got the Batgirl of Burnside Omnibus from DC. This has got a nice matte look cover to it. There's no sort of shiny elements to it. You got Barbara in her new costume there, leaping over a wall, and then you got a nice picture on the back again, still with the matte finish. I like the look of this book a lot. It's got a nice binding on it, opens and reads well. Let's just get the dust jacket off. Should say there isn't anything of note in the dust jacket, by the way. Then you got nice standard glossy cover just with her on it. Now you also get a nice patterned liner page, which I think is a nice touch, because quite often you just get the plain liner pages. Something I'm going to say about in this book generally is there's been a lot of care and attention put into it. It doesn't feel like it's just been churned out, let's say. I know there's a new incarnation of Batgirl coming in the movies soon, and they've taken inspiration from this costume, but whether or not that's got anything to do with this book being produced, I don't know. I know it was delayed significantly before from when I had it on pre-order. Anyway, you don't get much in the way of a contents page or anything like that. You just get the credits, and then you're straight into the story. This follows Barbara as she is able to walk, and she's got a chip in her back allowing her to do that, and she is going off to university in the Burnside area of Gotham. She's got some new flatmates that she meets, and these will become her friends and part of her sort of Batgirl team as the story progresses. And you've got this situation where, you know, Barbara's a young woman, she's thinking about boys, she's got some banter with her new mates, and you get these social media feeds coming in, and it's all very modern and it's got an energetic feel to it. I never felt that it was childish though, or babyish. It's just modernized, and I liked it. I find it energetic, and I find it fun to read and light. I like all the Marvel Now stories that are like this as well, with the Spider-Woman and the Kate Bishop stories as well. I think they're just good, and they're a nice change from the dull and very grim sort of mainstream stories that you get in the superhero books, so I'm not wholly interested in, honestly. You've got Black Canary, Dinah Lance there, who is friends with her and pays her visits, and you've got some creative artwork where she's got a party and you see her sort of going around the room and you know, checking people out and looking for things. What this reminded me of is a page, or rather a spread of pages from the Brian Lee O'Malley book Seconds, where you see her going around a restaurant, the character in that. Anyway, you know, Babs goes out, she gets a new Batgirl costume, I should say. You see her making it here, and this is I would say a now iconic Batgirl costume as well. I don't think that it's going to go away anytime soon. I know they change it in the comics, but what I mean is culturally, I think a lot of people like that. They like to cosplay it, and she starts setting out her stall in Burnside. There are tech-based villains that she's trying to track down. She gets a sort of gadget person in the form of some friends at the university, and she also has her friends act as a sort of team or a backup for her. I'm dancing around all of this because it's not the thickest omnibus in the world, and I don't want to spoil too many of the story beats. Something worth mentioning is that the art reproduction in this book is great. It's got this lovely soft but clean feel to it. So it's not on this glossy page, but it looks great, and I don't think that's going to come across in the camera, but the pages are a good thickness. Everything looks suitably classy and expensive in the book. It feels like you're reading a independent book rather than a DC book, particularly in this omnibus format, and I just really enjoy it. The book carries on in much the same way of her just developing relationships with her friends, them wanting to be more involved than she necessarily might want them to be, you know, fighting different villains then, and it's just enjoyable. I'm going to jump past lots of this. Oh, this is where you come across the big heavy period story arc of the Batman run when her dad was actually Batman. This is from the Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo run. Yeah, look, I'm going to jump past all of this because I don't necessarily want to spoil too much, but yeah, look, you might think this all looks a little bit too woke or babyish, but it's just an enjoyable, fun read. Let's have a look at some of the extras in the back now. Okay, so you've got some covers there. Nice Lego Batman cover. Costume designs, which I think are good, particularly with it being a new costume that's sort of homemade. I think it's nice having the design plans in there so you can see how they put it together. Probably useful for cosplayers, that as well. And then just got some character sketches there and just some page layouts. But yeah, I think a fantastic book and well worth putting in your collection. Okay, so that was the book. I say really nice reproduction on it. They've put some effort into the way it looks in the print quality. I enjoyed the story. Price wise, I'll throw it up on screen now. Prices it's currently going for. You can get it for a reasonable price. I would say pick it up if you want it, because I don't know whether or not this is something they would keep in print necessarily. Maybe they will because it's cheap, low cost to produce, don't know. Particularly with the upcoming Batgirl appearance scheduled. Or is it a full Batgirl movie? Not sure, can't remember. But they're going to use the costume from this, or at least inspiration from this for a costume. But I don't think they're going to follow the whole story, which is a big disappointment. Let me know what you think about this. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.